some good tea. I think eucalyptus with mint, but yeah. What's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video, and yeah, different setting, kind of moving between places. But yeah, this one will be pre-recorded again. So this will be another on the spot where I'm reading 2 crowdfunded books, and yeah, once again 2 CG related books. The previous one had 1 CG book and 1 not so much. And yeah, I tried to make it as much to put 2 books against each other that have a lot in common, like the previous one, Love Slice of Life Elements, 1 random dude, 2 random dudes who somehow got unlucky and somehow got lucky. One that basically lives in a town or a city where everyone is a super human being, and he's just getting sick of it. And the other one being like slice of life, average stereotypical Florida man archetype. But today we're going to do something different. Not quite different, but you get the point. We're going to compare 2 basically supernatural kind of comic books, graphic novels from the CG crowd that I have my own opinions about. But yeah, I'm on good terms with some of the guys. I'm not, and there's some people I can't stand in that movement. One reason why I don't put a label on my head. I'm not going to identify myself with that label. But yeah, the 2 contenders today are 3 Nights, 4 Days by Micahcurtis, Ars and Acevedo, and Fiendish. As you might see, I put some posters in between them because we need to talk about certain things. I'll show you that next time, or at least later down in the video. So the first book is 3 Nights, 4 Days by the writer and previous he was previous internet journalist, etc. And he also wrote for articles for RT, Russian television. micahcurtis, RC. I need to learn how to spell the name. And Acevedo. And yeah. That's a shame. Usually they put the names of little pages, the names of the writer, the artist, etc. I don't see it here. Weird. But it's basically about after the conclusion of the Second Crusade and Saladin's conquest of Jerusalem. So it takes place during the time or after the time of the Crusades. 3 knights, each from 3 different Catholic orders, depart for England, seeking solace in a French hometown. So in Roger's hometown. What they found instead was death and desolation, as a satanic cult has summoned the bloodthirsty horrors of hell to lay siege to the land. The 3 knights must fight a new crusade against undying evil. Oh, there it is. Found it. Lest all of England be consumed by it. The story is written by Micahcurtis, who's also the writer from Inglewood. He's also a used to be a game journalist, I think. Not sure why. I've been following for a while. And yeah, he's also a writer of different articles for Russian television, or used to be. I still don't know if he's employed by them, but I don't know. I don't live in the USA, nor do I know a lot about Russian television to give a good opinion about it. Penciled by Preston Acevedo. Bingo. Doc Salem Rockability Road Trip. I don't know any of the books, but who knows. Colors by Oliver Lee RC. Under the Border, Used Assassin from John Maiden, I think. And letter, of course, it was kind of expected. Eric Weathers, Flying Fortress, Brick Road. Doesn't ring a bell, but yeah. What basically is, it's basically a book about 3 knights during the time of the Crusades, after the conquest of the conclusion of the Second Crusade and Saladin's conquest of Jerusalem. And 3 knights from different Catholic orders are basically seeking for solace after rest after the Crusades in one in one of their hometowns, and what they find that is instead is death and desolation. And yeah, those 3 knights are Roger, John, and Sir Deitrich. Each of them comes from a different Catholic order. And yeah, starts well with day 1. They're traveling through England to the hometown of Roger. And yeah, travel for a while, finding solace, and instead of that, they find an cult over here, or at least yeah, people burying the dead, and a bunch of dead bodies. No, this is not a plague. And yeah, basically they have to defend the town from the undead, or from the supernatural, from the same cult, which has a different origin. And yeah, up to page 5 it gets good. There's a nice intro. And yeah, then we come at page 6. I posted for a reason, because yeah, when I read such a book, maybe it would have worked better in an frankly European format where you have H4, but yeah, here you see it's not bad or anything, but I see this, and suddenly, yeah, this is an artistic choice, but then there's a panel over here that got cut out. I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but yeah, maybe it's something that went with the writing or something with the cropping. I don't know, but yeah, so they visit. The 3 knights visit the home of yeah, Roger, and yeah, his friends, John Rolf, and yeah, Sir Dietrich Engelbrecht of the Knights Hospitaller, and the other was Templar. The other one was Templar Knight. And yeah, Sabina is quite yeah, impressed by Sir Dietrich. And then they yeah, get to this point. I think that part could have been written better, but it could edit it a little better. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Then they talk about yeah, what all happened in the village, and that the demonic horde came at midnight. And yeah, it wasn't like anything they've seen during the winter. They siege, they're charging with yeah, all kinds of stone weapons, axes, swords, hammers, war hammers in that case. And yeah, a beast was among the killers. Sword was strong enough to tear Manitou. And they killed many of yeah, the men within the village, and also raped some women, because that's what the occult do, the demons do, apparently. They brought hell to our town, and yeah, that was kind of expected. And yeah, of course, doing these horrors, there are false prophets who tell them that yeah, their sins are responsible for it. You should have this guy over here, and yeah, this hell, and they sinned, etc. During those times, false prophets always arrived. So here comes yeah, some sword hands, and they yeah, the 3 knights arrive, and yeah, he starts running. Makes his way out of here, and yeah, decide to go straight back to business, and yeah, suit up, and yeah, to await the demon attack, and them's over there. So they go into battle, fighting against the undead, field facing as well, and yeah, eventually a little child arrives. Could use more detail over here, but this one I like. The child over there is enough. Could have been drawn better. But Deitrich, he walks into the house and sees one of those yeah, behemoths. I don't know if it's the right name, but there's yeah, who attacks, who rips the mother apart. And Deitrich goes straight into the action. And yeah, your doom arrives. I can show that. Is this right? Is it correct enough? Yeah, I see it. And you can go straight into the action. And yeah, the three knights they slay all the demons. Fighting the battle to the death to protect the village. And when the sun comes up, the three knights I found them. The three knights appear to be victorious. And Deitrich was slain his opponent. And yeah, they're victorious for now. Then they ask how the hell it happened. One of the lords arrives and doesn't believe what happened. And yeah, to show proof, they bring yeah, one of their friends. I think that's John. John drags the head of that slain demon over here. Nice detail, by the way. For proof, and yeah, throws that at the landlord, I think, and he says like, "Holy shit, what's that?" And yeah, and how it all happened, the origin rise of yeah, a young woman that a father that became ill, and doing so she found a man near the woods who taught her the dark arts, and yeah, we faced the Lord's justice, and of course, she was burned on the stakes for practicing witchcraft. What kind of happened during the day, but they killed her teacher and brought her back to the village that night. And she was burned at the stake, but she had unknown to the others, she had a lover, and that was the key for her to yeah. Of course, he tried to shoot him with arrows without further effect. But yeah, during that time, eventually he dies because of the burns. But that was exactly what the witch needed to rise from the dead and extract her revenge on those who killed her. And yeah, the Lord promises to yeah, send all the men he has to protect the village and to help the three knights, the Templar, and yeah, from the German order, Deitrich, and yeah, Roger. So they go into once sorcerer attacks, they go yeah, into battle. This is one of the things I like about whoever made this page over here, that knight over here, the black knight. And we all know the voice of that. Whoever made that is genius. Beautiful art there. And yeah, and they go into battle. And yeah, he slays his hammer around, etc. And they go full into the attack, but yeah. John gets in a bit of trouble. He goes out of the way. They attack. And once again, the sun comes up, and always, yeah, the battlefield is there. They realize that, yeah, despite everything, they finally found despite all the deaths and horrors, that they finally found the purpose over here. Pieces of puzzle, understanding this what it means, camaraderie. Yeah, they will die soon for sins, but eventually they finally found the purpose. They can finally found yeah, after the war with Saladin, etc. for Jerusalem, they finally found purpose to protect an English village again. What happens here is, on the other hand, is yeah, Roger gets visited in the aftermath of the battle by an unexpected ally, or not an unexpected ally, but an unexpected visitor that somehow familiar with him, and I don't know who she is, but it's revealed to be his younger sister. And from what I see is, she could be the witch, but I don't know exactly what her purpose is. We might figure that out in the next issue or something. That's Cassandra, and here's some. That's basically this issue. I'll say it's not. Let me say this: there's a lot of good things going on, but there are parts where the art is good. I mean, but it has some hiccups at the beginning, at the 6th page, etc. Like here. I don't know what the hell. I see what is going on over here. They meet Sabrina, but then this part's completely cut out. I don't even know what the hell's going on. And yeah, page 7. Yeah, this could have worked better on an on a certain page on the splash or something. So, and with. But once again, it's not bad or anything. There are things that could have written better with better pacing at that part. And yeah, here I want to see. So for most of it, he does it. Deitrich is fighting the demon, but I was missing one part where I want to see him go full on at him and splat his skull with his hammer, and remove his head from his with one slice, removing his head from his from the body. But it is what it is. Eventually, he becomes victorious. I want to see more of the action over there. So yeah, over there they played it a little too safe. But it's not bad or anything. It's not bad or anything. It's actually pretty okay. But yeah, they played it a little bit too safe in certain parts, and the part at the beginning of page 6 and it could have been written a little bit better. But so far, yeah. I still don't know if I get the second book, but it is what it is. I think for first issue it sets the stage and everything, but could have handled it better in certain areas. So it gets an 70 out of 100 for me. So now we're going to compare to the next one, Fiendish by Irena Strichalski, if I spell her name correctly, and Samudio. She's an artist from Strichalski sounds like almost like Russian, but she's Taiwanese from what I know, Taiwanese American, if I'm correct. And interior colors, Carlos Nicolas Samudio, once again an artist within CG and a writer of Fiendish. Interior colors, Carlos Nicolas Samudio, shading assist, Duncan Burris, good shading by the way. With special thanks to Asi Samudio. Sounds Hispanic, Latin American. And this one has another synopsis. This is not supernatural with a less historical setting, more like a fantasy setting. As a child, Casimir was the sole survivor of a mysterious demon attack on the hometown of Dorvo. Years after fleeing the massacre, Cas thought he had left his nightmares behind, until the same monster resurfaces and kills again, along with several companions who also wish to exact revenge upon the beasts. So on the, what do you call these things? Here. Got the card here. On the Devourers. They're basically, suck your brains out. Suck your brains out. And at the same monster resurfaces and kill again, along with several companions who also wish to exact revenge upon the beasts. Casimir, short nickname, sets out to revisit his past and cover the truth behind Dorvo's downfall. Hopefully put an end to the Fiendish infestation. So that's where Fiendish comes from. That's where the word Fiendish comes in. Invasion of those Devourers. Set in original fantasy world, Fiendish is about to search for knowledge and true strength with action, horror, magic and mystery alike. Fiendish aims to explore bizarre realms yet unseen and spin for he would tell of vengeance and redemption that transcends the fabric of reality. Did pretty good stuff in there. So yeah. and starts with a preview what happened back there in in the town of what caused Orvo's downfall, and who loses his sister or his mother, Stana, go and never come back. And but house first it starts with his town being completely destroyed by those devourers, who also shapeshifts who could take over the bodies, and they start destroying people. Need to kill and take over their bodies, run away and never come back. And they go 9 years later, far away near the town of Alstad. They have to hold watch to make sure none of the devourers gets through. And Casimir is held by a little ally. His name is got the card here. Iska of Alstad is another fantasy town / city in the woods. And of course, first they don't let's get used to each other. Eventually they come close to a body that is mummified or sucked dry by one of those devourers. Except the ability to check the card is they have strength 16, dexterity 19. I think that's what it's kind of intelligence 2, wisdom 12, charisma 12, and I think it's concentration or something. This wild since I played an RPG. And 43 HP, 8 plus 8 initiative, and 3 BAB. So accuracy 16, dodge 14, 4 foot 12, CMB 6 plus 10 to grab, plus 10 to grapple, combat, and 20-24 versus trip. And the offense is either acidic body, acidic strikes, blood drain. So that's what cost him horrific death, voidborn, difficult resistance, ferocity, immunity to acid, feats to improve initiative, and iron will. To make that go on. So they check the body, and it's mummified, sucked dry by one of those creatures, or not. One die short because you have to read the full thing, and they seem like it. They have of course what they do is they basically dry. They basically cut them through the chin, and they see there's some. Says his wife more pain. They cover his body, send him back to the village, and the rest. And they arrive at Alstad. See a little bit, that's a little bit of a combination of what you call a fantasy / Viking kind of old settlement. Could be Gaul or so, medieval. It's a bit of Viking settlement. Has some Scandinavian influences, and one of the language that you the runes that you can find on it, they have some in the book later on. They have some influence from Scandinavian languages, from Norse, or in this case I think it's also they use Finnish as well, from some of the pronunciation. And they come there, they arrive there, and Casimir and his companion go back in the forest again to scout everything, and they come close to an like shared caravan. Offers them a ride, and Mahika, the lead actress, the two are on a hunting trip, and he tells his whole life story. Casimir gets sick of it. Please shut the hell up. I know. He keeps on talking, but he is too quiet. And yeah, what happens here? Someone has been watching, been lurking from from the woods, and the destroyer attacks. Goes for the attack, and the man known as Halbrand Playwright. His game was cut short. Just like that. Destroyer attacks, and yeah, basically kills him, injects him with his stinger to the throat, and basically sucks his life energy out of him. What happens next is, well, the caravan falls, and yeah, destroyer. And yeah, Casimir goes for the advantage, Halbrand, and the other one, the destroyer rips her hand off, her arm off. Let me check her name again. Rips Maika's arm off, and a sword arm as well. So yeah, Casimir tries to get his attention away from them. The destroyer goes for the attack, and yeah, he rips all his, he slashes his part of his claws off. But the axe is yeah, due to the axe being it loses its sharpness for a while, after a while. And, one directs Amaya out of there, and that's what I think is yeah, the Yomi of Syria. It goes for the attack. The destroyer goes for the attack again. So they're going back and forth at each other, both dealing some powerful blows. And but eventually, yeah, the destroyer overwhelms Casimir, and Iskel goes for the. Eventually, yeah, the destroyer gets the upper hand. Eventually, pins him down with his body weight. But his ice breaks off, and the Black Snake, the Unchained Brogue, Yomi attacks the destroyer, and Iskel, but for some reason that I don't get, Casimir is not burned by the attack. And he, yeah, turns his way towards Yomi, but Iskel throws his sword towards Casimir, and he slashes part of his arm off, etc. But then we come to the next part, where one guy, I don't know who it is, you think too much, Rand. Stop thinking about the battle, follow your instincts, and that's exactly what he does right now. In this battle, Casimir slowly starts learning how to trust his instincts, and goes for the attack again, flashing again, and he lighted an arrow on his bow before that, and Iskel for some reason shoots part of his fingers off, or claws, and I don't even know how I could make that shot. I know it's a fantasy setting, but there is something on it that kind of, yeah, turns me off a bit. And yeah, he shoots him down, that destroyer, and yeah, Casimir deals the final blow towards the destroyer. He stabs him through every part of his body, and was it. But yeah, finally the destroyer stops moving, and yeah, Casimir is kind of wounded, but it's not that deep. Yomi looks at Maika. Halbrand is yeah, has his life sucked out of him. He couldn't make it. And yeah, he's still sorry for what happened, and Yomi kind of cries her tears out for the man who basically pay for employment, housing, etc. It's kind of sad, and yeah, you kind of feel bad for Halbrand. Poor lad was game was cut short. So yeah. And yeah, despite everything, since Dorvo has fallen, he has been brought. Basically, the lesson what he learns from it. From what Casimir learns from it is, I could keep on running for ages, but it's only a matter of time till the destroyers find me again. So yeah, he kind of learns an important lesson that you might can run away from everything, but eventually it's going to catch up with you anyway. Eventually you have to face whatever challenge or enemy fight comes ahead of you. So he comes to the conclusion that no more running. It's time to get back to business and defend the people of Alstad. And this can be continued in it seems to be like some kind of shaman or something, who has her own speaking her own language, or wizard. I can't like a witch or wizard kind of type, who shocks the boar. Spoiler alert, by the way. And destroys him. I think she's of the same race as Yomi, Unchained, the Black Snake. Could be a Black Snake or some kind of wizard or anything, but that's something you have to figure out in the second issue. And in the second chapter, I backed it, and over here you have there's some sketches and extra content, the house, how they're made. I can learn something from that as well. And that's for right now. And some sketches on the side. How the world is built. Pretty good, let's say. So yeah, I want to see what happens next. These are the rest of the covers. I went with the black and white one because this is one of the things I prefer to have in black and white, because it's the only way to actually read it properly. The Nunarsa, that's the alphabet. I didn't bother to read everything, but it's nice that you give some background for it, and to give you a bit of understanding what they are saying. I'm not going through the whole thing, but because almost 40 minutes in. But it's pretty good read. I enjoyed it, and Irene is an amazing artist. Could use a little bit help with editing, etc. and writing. And the things that tick me off a bit is why I put the post-its. Like on here is there are some inconsistencies here and there, small ones, but I'm not going to blast you, Irene. Salsky, because here it's just here Iskil has the arrow. He's a left-handed archer, but here he's holding it right-handed, or maybe he's ambidextrous. But here he's holding the arrow a little high. Over here, but in the other pictures, he turns out to be that's right-handed. In the other pictures, he's from this view, he's right-handed, but in the other pictures, he's a left-handed archer. Maybe the artists need to make a note for during the next chapters or next issue, but I couldn't help but notice. Here he shoots with the right hand, and here he shoots with the left. In a way that I don't get, because the arrow was resting on the right side of the left hand. And I mean, the shot is nice, it's a nice trick shot, but How do we get an accurate shot with that? I don't get it. Because I see the same thing here with the card. I said, yeah, art could have been better. But here, he shoots he holds it with his left arm a little too high, like this. And yeah, because he's shooting a little higher. I get it. But he's shooting with his right hand. And if you look at the arrow, it's resting on that side on his thumb. And what's going to happen next is, this is by no means that I'm blasting you, Irene, etc., and the artist and team that work with you. Well, I'll show you what's going to happen. What if you shoot an arrow like that? Try to shoot it, because you could never get an accurate shot with that. Yeah, I know this is fantasy, etc., everything is possible, but one second. I'll force a little bit. Because this, I tried to find, but I didn't have my other bow. I usually shoot with a Native American one. But this here, I haven't shot with this one in a while. I'm not going to shoot inside my home, don't worry. But this is what we call a Korean horse bow. But the Koreans call it the kai. And I'm going to show you a thing. You could use it both in left hand and right hand. I'm a right-handed archer, so yeah. What you see him do, I'm going to use this. I will only break my between. That's it. But yeah, this is called a flew-through arrow. Usually they shoot with they shot with bamboo arrows and with they usually do thumpering, and then they put it on the other side of the bow. Well, I'm going to show you a thing or two what happens. Click, shoot, grip, elbow. If you shoot a thumpering, that's the right order. But yeah, usually they I'm going to show that. He puts it on the other side of the bow on the right side, because he's a left-handed archer. So, right here. You see, hold it like this. And your shoulder a little higher, a little lower. What Ishkel is doing, at least, yeah. He's holding it on he's a left-handed archer. Maybe he does it right. I think, maybe he does it correctly. I don't know. If he does, I blew it. He's a left-handed archer. He's usually a left-handed archer, but he's right-handed. He put it like this. I think he does it correctly. You can tell, but yeah. Notice. This right-handed. Like this. But yeah, if I do it like this, it falls off. That's too light. If you put it on this hand, it kind of falls off. You see it? Shoot like this, but yeah, I don't think it's a right or wrong with that, but I don't think it's a right or wrong with that. Maybe there's no wrong with that, but yeah, I usually shoot like this. But he does it both in right, both in left. But yeah, because usually when they shoot with the left hand, when you shoot left-handed, you need to be able to put it on this side of the bow. Because yeah, then you have a way to shoot. If I'm doing it on my, if I do it on this side, that's my point of accurate shot. How can you be accurate? Maybe there's another way, or maybe there's no right or wrong in that, but there's a little inconsistency that I found there. At one point he's a right hand, but from the picture alone he's left-handed. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but it's a little inconsistency that I found. So, looking to my to the next part. There's no right or wrong to that, but if you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, it's better to put it on this side of the bow than over there in your thumb, unless you're using a thumb ring, then you put it on the wrong side. But, yeah. Now we're going to the final verdict. I'll take another sip of tea. I think both sides are possible. There's not really a right or wrong with that, but it's usually better to put it, if you're left-handed archer, you put it on the other side for more accuracy. But to the final verdict, let's say both books have some similarities. Both have kind of a medieval fantasy setting, except 3 Nights, 4 Days is more historical by nature. It takes more part during the time the aftermath of the Crusades, of the Second Crusade, when Saladin conquered Jerusalem. And here in Sichalski did more of a fantasy setting with it, with other things. Art-wise, I consider them equals. Both are have amazing arts behind it. Writing in 3 Nights, 4 Days could have been better in certain places, and they could have taken more risks with it. Something where Fiendish kind of did more with it, but it could have taken more, especially with the parts where the bow was held. It could have been used a little bit more consistency, but that's because I'm an archer. I'm kind of biased on that. There's some things that can tick me off, especially this. Especially this. Resting on the thumb. I don't get it. But usually when I mean the arrow was resting on the thumb instead of on part where your index finger is. That's the only there was very few inconsistencies here and there. And the writing it started out on a rough start, and then you get to an character that I don't know what their experience is with them, but maybe more gets revealed in the second one if it doesn't. Fiendish kind of teaches you, despite all the dark horror satires, they teach you a lesson that you can't keep running forever. You have to keep going eventually and face the threat head on. Even after the aftermath of your destruction of your city. I give both. It's off to a good start. I can't wait to what the second chapter has to tell me. But for this one, I give no edge on this one. Both have similar plots. Have kind of similar settings, especially this one more historical. If you're more into the historical things, that I would pick. Then you need to pick up 3 Nights, 4 Days if you're one of those diehard CG guys. I personally went with I bought the second one for Fan. This convinced me to get in the second issue there. My mind's still not made up on it, but probably not. Fence already bought the second chapter from to see how Casimir and the rest is going. But yeah, for the next part, keep this in mind. Yeah, it's resting on the thumb. Maybe there's no right or wrong hit, but you have more accuracy if you let it rest on this side of your hand, not on your thumb but on the other side. So instead of resting on the thumb, it could easily fall off. You have more stability if you put it here, put it on the on this side of your arm. But then you have less chance that it falls off. But yeah, that's all for this 46 minutes video, and yeah, I hope you have. I said with nice 3 nights 4 days, I want to see show more action next time. And with this one is keep those small details in for Irene, etc. Keep those small details into account. If he's a left-handed archer, he should not put his bow on arrow on the other side. Should be put. And yeah, remember, set here. Yeah, there's no right wrong on that, but I'm kind of biased on that. Put it here. Let it rest here on this side. But that's my own thing. 47 minutes long. I'm going to get some grab. If something that the Americans probably don't know, the slang in British English for dinner. So and food. So I'll drink my tea. Good stuff. Eucalyptus and I think mint. And that's all I have to say for this video. If you want to leave a comment, etc. If you think I'm totally wrong, tell me. But yeah, this is in no way me blasting any one of you. But just keep those small details, and especially in the first pages, Micah. Keep those things in mind. That I want to see what the hell is going on, and that piece was cut away. I know what the other woman at the end is. I know what the relationship is with them, probably his sister. But Irene, keep those small details with the bow in mind and the arrow. Because the first post that I posted there the arrow was a little too high, and the other one, make sure that it's resting on this side, not on that one. But yeah, there's probably no right or wrong in that. Maybe I'm overcomplicating things, but I see you guys in the next one. I know which one I will be reviewing the next time. Don't know. Probably go for Kosor, but I'm not completely sure. I'm not sure which one I will review next. Probably Kosor or A Death's Door by as director Sean James. So we're gonna find out. Depends on my workload, etc. But I'll see you guys in the next one. My Spore Hacker, and like they say in Japanese, matane. Hasta la vista.